Hi everyone, thanks again for visiting the Empowering Babes resource page. In this video, I would like to share with you some information about the resources I've listed so far and just give you a brief description along with why I recommended these specifically, and just hope that maybe you'll find something that's going to help you. I know a lot of people, they hear self-help or they hear personal development and they're really turned off by it. It just sounds, I don't know, slimy or fake or silly or something. But I mean, I was one of those people. I was definitely one of those people who walked by the aisle in Barnes & Noble or whatever bookstore and was like, ew. But I will tell you that there's some really great resources out there that have helped me. And in this video, I'm explaining to you why each of these texts that I've included so far, there's more information to come, more items to come. But yeah, I'm going to explain to you why I've selected these and how they've helped me, in the hopes that maybe one of these things can help you, if not more than one. So let's get started. Okay, everyone, I'm actually going to make some notes to myself while we talk about these because I left my computer downstairs and I want to make sure that you get all the details. So let's talk about the most recent book I've completed, which is Girl Wash Your Face. A lot of people are familiar with this text, and it's really popular. She has just skyrocketed. I think one of the biggest reason why she has is, one, because there's not many women in the personal development field, and she's also 35, and she's coming at you from a no BS, very transparent position, and that really connects with people. I know it really connected with me because, you know, growing up, I know a lot of you may relate with this. You know, you see beautiful, you know, healthy, sophisticated, glamorous women on TV and movies and magazines, newspapers, whatever, you know, whatever outlet, but all through media, you see women portrayed as these relatively perfect beings, and it's hard. Like, how do you relate to that, you know? And I think that subconsciously has trained us to think that we need to be perfect. We need to be the perfect body. We need to be the perfect example of a mother, wife, partner, best friend, and that's just not how life is. So she really gets down to a lot of nitty-gritty things and explains this is not what life is. Life is rough and hard and tired and difficult. So she shares a lot of great things about not feeling like you're enough when it comes to the way you look, your health, your fitness, your kids, being a mother, being a partner to your spouse, etc. And she's just so much fun to read and to relate to. It feels more like you're in a coffee session with your best friend. So if you are looking for someone who really comes at you like that, and also if you are a believer, if you are Christian based, then she doesn't proselytize or push her religion at all. It's just, you can tell that some of that comes through in her context. So if that is where your belief lies, then that also might be a reason to listen to her and to tune in. So not only the book, it does come in audio, but she goes live every day, Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock on Facebook. And if you're not sure about the book, tune into that. It's a free resource. You can take a look and go, I don't know, is she for me? Is she not for me? That's actually how I found her. So that's the first thing I would recommend. The second I would recommend is I would probably say Tony Robbins. He is extremely in your face. I mean, really in your face, and definitely calls no BS. If you're not sure about getting a text, really quickly, back to Girl Wash Your Face. Her book is actually available in the library. So check your library. They may have a copy. She is one of the rare people I've ever found that is a personal development author, and let's libraries have her books. So that's huge. So anyway, Tony Robbins, he did a documentary on Netflix, and I've listened to his podcast. I've listened to a couple of books, and the reason why I'm specifically saying that you should take a look at the Netflix documentary he did called I Am Not Your Guru is because I think understanding the professional, the creator behind these texts, behind these resources is really nice, because it helps you relate or not relate, but it helps you understand their personality, and if you're going to jive with them before you actually go before you purchase something, right? That you can't necessarily give back or get money back if you don't like it. So if you check out I Am Not Your Guru on Netflix, if you have a Netflix account, as far as I know, that's the only place you can find it. I haven't seen it on YouTube or Amazon, but it's really great. It follows one of his conferences, and it shows how he interacts with different people and the issues that they're facing. And I have to tell you, if I'm going to be all out honest, and this is going to come in another video or blog post later because it is a huge topic, daddy issues. Oh my gosh. The more that I've learned about others, this is like, daddy issues is such a large population. Having daddy issues is a large population, and it's just incredible how many people have various relationship issues like that with one or even both of their parents, and how that has affected them through life, and how rough it can really make things for you in your young adult and adulthood. But so anyway, he goes through and he talks to these different people, relationship issues, whether it's with a partner or a parent, or drug abuse, or wanting to commit suicide, or lack of confidence. And the one that really hit me was about daddy issues. It was actually the moment that I realized I needed to actually be thankful to the father that was not really a presence in my life, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have the drive and the passion of helping others and supporting others and encouraging others. So, you know, if you think about it, it makes sense, right? You don't have the love from someone that you're looking for, and you know what it feels like to not be loved, not be cared for, not be supported, not be encouraged. And because you know what that feels like and how difficult that is, you don't want other people to feel like that. So you're constantly trying to find a way to help bring other people up and love on other people. So anyway, it's a really, really great documentary. It may or may not help you. Because of that conversation with her, it was huge for me. But yeah, I just recommend it. And it's so invigorating. Watching him is so invigorating. He swears. If you are not into profanity and that's your thing, he might not be for you, because he explains that he uses profanity as a way to shock people so that they stop and slow down and listen and think about the questions that are being answered, and see how it catches them off guard. And it's actually, I never really thought about profanity that way exactly. But it's really great. So definitely check that out. Also as a way to see if you think he might jive with you. The other thing I would recommend, this is a book audio tape, and there is a documentary also on Netflix, and it is called The Secret. I know I read that book. Talk about an example of when you're not ready to absorb personal development text. I read The Secret years and years ago, and closer to when it first came out, and it was like a really big deal. And I wasn't ready. I kind of flipped through it, skimmed through it, and was like, this is ridiculous. All these people talking about the positive energy you need to put out there and whatever. Yeah, I'm just going to sit here and think, oh, this is going to happen, and it happens. That kind of sounds insane. That really sounds insane. But honestly, I guess I had to see that happen more in my life before I was really ready to believe that information. And then I actually went through and reread it, and they created a film version. I don't want to say it's a documentary, but a film version of that text on Netflix. And you really have to be open-minded, because the way that it comes off is very kumbaya, frou-frou, magic, whatever. It can sound a lot like that, because everyone's like so happy, and yeah, everything's great in life, and life is amazing. And especially if you're in a place where you're not ready to accept that, this might not work for you at the moment. But they really do boil down some of the logic of why that thinking works. How, if you are a very negative, pessimistic minded individual, everything bad is going to happen. And, oh, I have so much debt all the time, and I can't get away from all this debt, and what am I supposed to do, and etc. And you just keep dwelling on that negative, and then you keep wondering why the negative keeps happening. But then you look at people who are very positive, very upbeat people. They don't seem to have this constant negativity coming into their life. They have things happen. Sure. It's life. Crap happens in life. But they kind of talk about that. And it really made me sit there and think, oh, wow. And I have to tell you, I've seen some things happen myself that has really made me come back to, wow, that book actually makes some sense, and I really need to focus more on positivity. Now, that idea of focusing on the things that you want, but also focusing on the positive, that comes through a lot in a whole bunch of personal development texts, because almost everything I've read has come around to this idea that you need to be grateful for what you have, and you need to start keeping, a gratitude journal, or writing a couple things down, or in your planner, or just making a note to yourself daily, something about coming back to gratitude. And if you think about it, being grateful for stuff is going to put your mind in a happy place, in a positive place, versus a negative place. Plus, things can always get worse, right? Things can always get worse. So if we can focus on thinking about the things that are going well in life, then we're a happier person. We're happier to be around. If say you're in sales, some kind of customer service, things like that, or golly, even with team, forget it. It doesn't matter where you work. If you, or even if you're a stay-at-home parent, if you are happy and positive, it's easier to get through your day. Your kids are in happier moods. It's easier. But then if you're in a bad mood, that rubs off, right, on everybody else around you. So you have a colleague that comes in and they ask you for something and you're all grumpy about it, and they're gonna be like, what the hell's wrong with you? They're not necessarily gonna be very nice to you back. Your kids, if you have any, are gonna be rough with you back, because they're like, well, you're making me mad because you're all poopy about everything. So if you think about it like that, our moods definitely affect each other. So if you are trying your best and keeping yourself in a positive state of mind, or at least a more positive state of mind than you normally run, then that's really going to be helpful, and you're not going to stress everyone out around you, and you're going to keep your stress levels down too, because stress, it's a killer. So all right, so let's see, what else do I want to cover? I don't want these videos to go on and on, so I would say start with those. If you are a super independent person, women specifically, and you are a Gilmore Girls lover like me, definitely listen to Lauren Graham's book, Talking as Fast as I Can. It's actually the second book she did, but it's Talking as Fast as I Can, and it's from Gilmore Girls to Gilmore Girls. And what was really fun about that is she talks about her journey. This isn't even a personal development text, it's just an audio biography, but I found it very motivational, because she really illuminates the persistence and the positivity that she had, and the consistency that she had in her own life to follow her passions. And I think that is motivating as heck. And she portrays this character in Gilmore Girls that's hyper independent and very strong. So any of us that are looking up to a person like that, she really pulls that from her own nature. I know the character Lorelai is built for that, but she really does pull that from her own nature, because if you listen to her text and the journey that she's been on, it's really incredible to see just how persistent she was, and how happy she was a lot of the time, and how she just pushed on no matter what. Let's see, Rich Dad Poor Dad, I would definitely recommend that book. It was actually my first when it comes to personal development texts. I don't even know why. I think the author just kept coming up in the space I was in at that time. But that one really opens your eyes regarding money, and how those who are very successful financially earn their money, and those who aren't, how they earn their money, and comparing the two, and understanding that those that are more successful actually have multiple streams of income. They don't just have one. They usually have on average about five or seven, which seriously made my jaw drop. And then so it's really great for that, and it really kind of opens your eyes to, oh, no wonder so many people try to do a side hustle. I'm trying to think of everything that's listed online because of course I didn't bring my book with me. So I'm going to share one more and then we'll wrap it up. So let's go. Oh, I know. You Are a Badass. We'll do a 2-for. So Jen Sincero did You Are a Badass and You Are a Badass at Making Money. Oh my gosh, her sarcasm and dry humor is just, oh, it's like she is my kindred spirit and she doesn't even know me. So these books are really great. I actually probably would recommend You Are a Badass at Making Money before You Are a Badass, even though the latter is the first book, because I think you get a lot of the same message in You're a Badass at Making Money, but a lot of people have negative feelings about money. It kind of feels like if you want to earn a whole bunch and you want to be a wealthy individual, that you must be greedy or slimy or both, or that you have to be from, you know, a part of that 1% that's already super wealthy and successful. And it's not like that. And you have to believe that it's not like that, because a lot of the people who have become hyper successful financially didn't come from that background. Not nowadays. So it's really great because she's so, like I said, she's so sarcastic, she's so dry-witted, and it's really great because she gives you stories, she gives you things to relate to, things that are tangible and that feel real, and it's so much easier, I think, to believe in ourselves. I know for me it was a hell of a lot easier to believe in myself and my abilities if I'm listening and connecting with somebody else who has shared with me their stories and their journey, because, you know, you look at it and think, wow, if they did it, then why can't I? That's also something in Daddy Issues I'll have to share. But anyway, yeah, so you're looking at that like, well, why can't I if they did? There's got to be a way, right? There's got to be a way. I'm going to wrap it up there. If you have any questions, hit me up in the Connect Me section of the website. I really want to try and help people. I really want people to live empowered lives. It sucks not living to your full self. It sucks not being true to yourself. It sucks having to tiptoe and mind everything you say, mind how you dress, and mind all of your actions and who you're becoming and who you are or who you should be. Oh my gosh, who you should be is yourself. That's who you should be. No holds bar. There is something so freeing, liberating, if you just go, I am done trying to be anything for anybody. I am me. I am me, and that's how it is. I think that's great. I think it's amazing. So anyway, I am done rambling for today. I'll come back with another video that talks about the other texts that are on here. That way it's broken up. It's not this huge long video where you're listening to me ramble. But anyway, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful week, a wonderful year. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your year. Live empowered.